What's going on, people? Yours truly, Cockney Prince Quincy, officially in the building. That's right. Extra Time Friday, we are here. Now, I want to address something to the man them. Now, there's a stereotype that men don't talk to each other. And there's also a stereotype that men do not relax enough. But I'm here to tell you, sometimes men embrace your feminine side. There is a lot of angry men in this world. Rappers, angry for no reason. Politicians, angry for no reason. Football fans, angry for no reason. Sometimes you need to get things off your chest. Sometimes men, we need to embrace your feminine side. That's right. All men have got a feminine side. And sometimes you need to embrace it. I've started to embrace my feminine side. And I tell you when. It was about 2 months ago. I got my first pedicure. Yeah, me, Cockney Prince Quincy, pedicure. If you said that to me 20, 30 years ago, I would have laughed after you. But I got a pedicure. I got it. It was free. That's why I went. But when I tell you people, when the foot hit the basin and the soap and the goodness surrounding my toes them, I was like, oh my gosh, what have I missed for the last 20 or 30 years of my life? As I lay there with my foot cock up-ish, as the lady was massaging and scrubbing, as I looked down, and I let you describe and guess the ethnicity, I said to myself, I've got to come back to this. I actually felt the back of my foot. My heel back felt so soft. When she finished, I didn't walk out of that place. I done a handstand out of that place.
I know, these feelings never go. I know, I should let go, baby. I know, these feelings never go. I know, I should let go, baby.
So, Janelle, I think that we should kick off our guest for the show. Yeah, he's been on the show before, ladies and gentlemen. He's been on the first season of Extra Time Friday, and we've brought him back. And since the first season, he has been a part of not just one, not just two, but three, and I would say about to do the fourth season of The Last OG featuring Tracy Morgan, and used to be on it Tiffany Haddish. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the wonderful talents of Mr. Marc Theobald.
How are you? What's happening?
All right, let me introduce. I don't know if you met from the first season. I have to go look back at the footage, but this is Janelle Rayburn, my co-host.
How are you?
Keeps me in check.
How are you doing?
Very good. Very good over here. So, just happy to be on the show again, man. Good to see you, Q.
No, it's good to see yourself, man. So for the listeners, Marc is currently in New York, and he is literally sweating, and he can't afford to be sick. Not because there's no one to take care of him, but literally there's no one to take care of him. So how are you guys coping over there in the big NY, man? Is because we ain't seen as much footage as before.
Yeah, no, it's doing all right. I mean, we all right with the protest now. The big thing now is the vaccine. That's the big thing that's over here. And as you know, I, on my father's side, I'm from Trinidad, so we West Indians don't really believe in the jab. But they did start. They did start a thing over here where you get $100 for a vaccination. So my cousin went from not ever getting the jab to he's got it 8 times now. $800. He is the vaccine. That's what he's like. You want that job?
Oh, that's funny.
You want the cure? I got the cure for you.
So you mentioned your father's Trini, so is mine. So we could be related.
Yeah.
You both got your light skin powers there. So Marc, season 4, Last OG. Last time we spoke, there was only one season out. You know what I mean? And
Haddish, me and you talk all the time, and it's weird because y'all don't get the same seasons that we get here. So it's like, and I think it's vice versa as well. It works this way.
Yeah.
But right now we're up to season 4. But for the UK people, you can see season 1 and 2 on Netflix. Season 3 is out, but it's not officially out on Netflix because Warner Brothers owns it, and everything's probably going to be pulled to Warner Brothers Media, which is HBO Max. In the next couple of years, and that's why the holdup is there. But you can check out season 1 and 2, which is on Netflix right now, and season 4 is about to drop in the United States, and that'll be coming to you eventually. I just don't know when.
Yeah,
so let's see.
We had the same conversation with Gina about her show, didn't we? She wasn't too sure when it was coming out.
So we just need to troll Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so we got to troll Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers to find out when. At Warner Brothers, when is it coming to us in the UK?
I know that's what we got to talk to Warner Brothers about that because I don't even know. I can't even tell you that, so I have no idea. So it's very much up in the air. But in October 26th in the United States, we'll be dropping season 4 of The Last OG. So we'll be looking for that coming out.
So how much has the show developed and storylines furthered on since the first couple of seasons to season 4 now?
Well, season 4 we got in the end of season 3. I'm gonna drop this for people to know, but Tracy gets shot, so he's coming.
Oh yeah,
coming back.
There's a surprise.
Yes, he's coming back. So he's coming back from that. So little spoiler.
I think actually by the time this airs, it may not be a spoiler, so I think we're good there.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys will be able to see it. I don't know. So, but he does. It's about him. It's basically him getting a second chance on his second chance. So season 4 is him starting over, and he's working with the community in a community center. And it's him and a very talented actress by the name of Davine Lovejoy. Davine is fantastic,
amazing.
and you see her on
Dolomite.
United States versus Billie Holiday, and also Dolomite with Eddie Murphy. So she's an up and coming actress, and she absolutely is phenomenal in this series. So she's really good.
That's really good. So I mean, when you're writing, how many in the writers team? How many is there in that room just heads down writing?
It's like 10, usually 10 people, 10 writers on the show, and we just come up with these ideas, man. And Tracy's very involved with the show in terms of story ideas, so a lot of stuff we pull from him in his actual life, or people he knew from his actual life when he grew up in the projects, and that's where we get all our stories from.
So I was just going to say, for those who are watching and may not necessarily know, may not be familiar with the series, it's based on some of the life of Tracy. Are you able to just give a brief snapshot of Tracy's life and give a flavour of what it's about?
Yeah, it's basically the show is Tracy goes to prison at the age of 20, gets locked up for selling drugs, and gets out after 15 years, comes back, looks up for his girlfriend, who is Tiffany Haddish, Shay, and finds out that not only is she now married to a white dude, but she also got 2 kids that are twins that look exactly like Trey. So he's like, oh, she was pregnant while I was away. So now I got these 2 14-year-old kids or 15-year-old kids, and now I got to deal with gentrified Brooklyn, not a fish out of water because I've been locked up for 15 years, and also I got to reconnect with these 2 kids that I don't know at all.
Wow.
And my ex, who's now married to this white guy. So it's like, it's all these things he's dealing with. Plus, he's an ex-con that doesn't know the world he's living in, which is a gentrified Brooklyn. So it's him coming back, not knowing how to deal with all these new things that he has to deal with. And that's basically the show. He's basically a fish out of an old school Brooklyn dude from the 90s trying to make it into 2020. And that's what he's doing.
Do you know, I like what you just said there is the fact of we're all from Caribbean descent, and the fact of Tracy Morgan's character is having to get used to looking after these twins, fully well knowing they're not his, and that's not a Caribbean trait, because I know any man would be like, no, I mean, I can't look after
take the jacket.
I can't look after these children, they ain't mine. So obviously season 4's out, which is a wonderful thing. Has since season 1 any other writing projects happened for yourself or your own
Well,
kind of
we did.
projects?
Yeah, I mean, I sold the show. It didn't get aired, but I sold it to TBS based on my life as a pharmaceutical sales rep. And I'm also working on other stuff. I've done the ESPYs with Tracy as well, which is here in the United States, a sports show, and he hosted it. It's basically a sports award show. It's like the Emmys for sports people. Did that. Also, we've been pitching. We always pitching other ideas. I'm pitching a bunch of stuff right now. In terms of other projects, that's about it. And we tour in between we shooting. So we shoot for us to write and to shoot the project takes about almost 8 months. So it really takes up a chunk of the year. And then the rest of the time we're touring. So and then once we finish that, we start right back up to the writing, and so it's a never-ending loop. So it's a lot, but it's fun. It's fun.
So look, we all know that there's a lot of black British actors go over to America and become very
Like Idris.
Yeah, we've heard of him. And Dan they must be named of Idris because Dancing Idris as well is very successful in his.
Yes.
So we have a she don't know, but this young lady here, you know what I mean, has got major talents, modelling and acting. So what kind of role do you think would suit our Janelle?
Well, I don't know. I just had to get an audition for.
Where would she fit in the last OG?
She can fit. Oh, she can fit. We definitely. You know what's so funny is since season 1, because I got Caribbean in my family, I've been pushing Caribbeans on the show. Because, Quincy, you've been to Brooklyn. It's a bunch of Caribbeans.
That's
in
right.
It's not,
It is.
you know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's a lot of Caribbeans in Brooklyn. But a lot of these writers are from LA, so they don't know that. And I keep going, hello, we need today. This season, the first time we actually had a Caribbean, and she was a nurse, which is very apropos of Caribbeans.
Yeah.
So we do have that this season. We have a Caribbean nurse that's been there this season. But I've been pushing that since the day this show started, and it's hard sometimes when people don't know that world. You know what I'm saying? So but it's something that I always push because that's what I know. You know what I'm saying? So and it's true to Brooklyn. So.
I mean, Brooklyn, I've been as well, and it's a great place. I've been a couple of times, and one thing that I loved when I was there, I went for a wedding. The very first time I went, I was in New York for a wedding, and we just happened to stumble across this block party on Stuyvesant that was huge, and actually, all of these kind of artists were there. Erykah Badu was there, and Public Enemy was there, and I was like, so is this what's going on in Brooklyn? Like, I might just have to come here more regularly. It was really nice and refreshing, and kind of in London we had those, I guess, outdoorish type events, but we don't have much of that anymore. Those kind of community street parties and stuff. So it was really nice to experience that and just to see the whole community out enjoying themselves
For free.
Absolutely.
for free.
For free.
You know how we love free, right?
Yes. I know. They do that all the time. I know Spike usually does a yearly thing when he just celebrates Michael Jackson, and it's just everybody comes out for that, and it's like you said, like Erykah Badu and all kind of people will come and will surprise you and be like, oh, I didn't know you were gonna be here. And it's like, okay, and it's a great feel. I mean, Brooklyn is very big, but the communities especially when I was growing up, they could be small in terms of everybody know each other. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're kind of losing that with the gentrification. But I love the fact that as big as we are in New York, it can be that community where it's like, yo, I know your mom, so you better act right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I like that. And part of that is the block party, like you said, that keeps that community tight. So it's a great thing.
One of the things, apart from your writing and your live stand-up, which you're doing, you're part of a little group who have basically got a app which promotes black businesses. Just explain to us about the app and what you're a part of that.
Yes, the app is called BLAP, BLAPP, and you can download it on all your platforms, Apple and Android. It's free, absolutely free. And what it does is basically
it's going to do well in the black community.
It's free. So basically, you open it up and it will locate black businesses wherever you are. so you can support black businesses. And we're just making it. We just launched it like last week, so it's very new. But I want, like you, Quincy, I want you to open it up. And one of the things I said was like, I want this to work everywhere, and especially, I was like, we got to get it in England. Because I know, so, I was touring, me being over there.
That's right.
There's so many businesses over there that I was like, I know they would love it. So, and so I want you to download it. I want your guests to download it, check it out. And if y'all find stuff that's on there you like, order it. Support black business. That's the whole thing. It's to support each other, man. So I'm into that. I found stuff that I've supported. My toilet paper is from a black-owned business in Jersey. Bamboo toilet paper. So I got, you name it, you can find it. And this is just connecting us to everybody. So you got from clothes to doctors to lawyers, anything black, we want to connect you with. I think it's the way to support it.
Do you know what, Mark? Sorry to cut you, but that is amazing. And I'll tell you why that's amazing. Because it's taken what's already happened here in the UK one step further. So we have Black Directory of Businesses. There's a few platforms to that. There's Shop Noir and a couple of other platforms that their names escape me right now. But what it doesn't do is a live GPS location where, like you said, you want toilet roll and you're like, right, where can I find this? What businesses are around me? Almost like locating a kind of an Uber car, if you like, or Uber Eats or whatever. So it's taking it that step further, because part of the reason why certain people within the black community have said it's very difficult for them to consistently shop black is because they don't know where those locations are. So if you open this app and you've got all of these kind of dots that pop up to show you where the black-owned businesses are, that is just wonderful. So brilliant idea. Hats off to you guys, and I'll be downloading it too and telling all my friends to download it.
And as we show us the t-shirt, stand up, show us the t-shirt. There you go.
Black, 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 black.
Do you know what's really? I remember the first time we had Black Pounds Day in the UK, just up in the lockdown, and I said, right, I'm going to support black. Now people say I'm going to support black is only black food, yeah. So it's like there's a lot more. And the one time I said, right, I'm going to support black, batteries. I needed batteries.
I thought you were going to say battery riders.
And I was like, where the hell am I going to find batteries in a black shop in East London? And I remember going to the Asian guy and I was like, have you got any black friends? so I don't know. Did you play West Indies in cricket or some shit?
Do you like cricket? Do you like
Sing along to this bashment tune here, and
yeah.
I can support it. So go on.
That's the thing. I think that many people are just like you. They want to support, they just don't know how. So this is going to make it a little bit easier. And it's a work in progress. We're still developing more stuff because so many black businesses went out of business during the lockdown. I think it was like almost 50% of black businesses went out of business because they're small businesses and they couldn't hold up with the lockdown. So this is going to help those small businesses come back. And I know a lot of black businesses are online, and we're developing that as well within the app to get those businesses exposure as well. So this thing is something to help black business and help us bring our community to our community. So that's what we're trying to do.
So I was going to say though, how do businesses actually get on the app? Because there will be people watching this who will be first of all.
I know. They definitely. We are getting requests from a lot of businesses, but we have a team that's working in LA, and they I don't know what the algorithm is to get black businesses, but they are snatching them.
Wow.
And like I said, it's a work in progress. We're still developing more because, like I said, there's so many black businesses are just online. They don't have a storefront. So it's like, even if you have the app, it's like, it's not going to have a store, but we want to give you access to those people that have online businesses as well as just storefronts as well.
All right.
So we're trying to do all that. So it's a great thing, man.
So before we wrap it up, we want to just talk about a few topics, what's going on in America right now. So one of the big stories over there is the basketball player who is cannot train or play with his team.
Kyrie Irving, he will not take the jab, and his team will not let him train with him or play with him, which is weird. It's weird. That's the New York rule, and the vaccination rule seems to apply to some people and not to others. I know Joe Rogan just did the Garden, and I know he's not vaccinated, but he talks about it on his podcast every other week. But he did the Garden, and that's Kyrie's going to play at the Garden. If he could play, he would play the Knicks at the Garden. So it's like, how is he playing the Garden and Kyrie can't play the Garden? So it's like I think they're still trying to figure it out. But right now, as far as the NBA goes, he's not going to be able to play. They said today he can't practice, he can't play, and the weird thing is, if he's out of New York, if he's at another team like in Pennsylvania, like the Sixers, he could play for them. They don't have the same rule in Pennsylvania, so he can actually play there. So they would have to trade him to that team, but I don't know if they're going to trade him. So I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see. Something's going to have to give. So I don't know what's going to happen.
How would you feel about that? As you said that, as they were told that you can't. I don't answer that because we want to get the show commissioned.
I guess what I would say is that, and it's something that DJ Spoonie had said on the show as well, is that I am for freedom of choice, and where this whole vaccine scenario is heading is taking away people's freedom of choice, and that's a problem for me. So, whether you take it or you don't take it, for me, I see that as a personal choice. Yeah. But allow people to have their freedom of choice is all I will say on the matter. 100%.
And then we've just had Dave Chappelle recently done the closer and created a lot of controversy. He's currently here in the UK, and we just had the coach of the Raiders resign. Basically emphasizing the same thing Dave was saying. So what was the...
Yes. So John Gruden, coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, he came out with an email. Now he insulted a black coach, a black guy who's the head of the union actually, Mr. Smith, and said he had big lips, using a racist trope, and wasn't fired. But as of yesterday, more emails came out where he had homophobic sayings. And once that happened, they were like, hey, you gotta go. So they cut him. He was fired. Which is basically what Dave was saying in his special, that you can insult black people, even kill black people, but if you do something to the gay community, the ramifications are different. And I think that came out to light yesterday. It was, so, I mean, they could say Dave's wrong all they want, but prove it.
No, 100%. And it wasn't. It didn't come out yesterday because this show is going out like a week after. It came out.
It's been said. It's been said.
Like, we're gonna wrap it up here, but I just want to ask you, since the special and us being stand-ups, and Janelle being a person who follows comedy as well, do you think that our careers, our jobs is being threatened?
I think that what we can say is definitely being threatened. I mean, I feel that. I definitely feel that Dave was the only person that could do the things he did on that special. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Kevin Hart could have did that. And Kevin Hart's huge because Kevin got to deal with Hollywood in terms of making movies, and they wouldn't have let him do it. I'm telling you. Dave is at a point where he's like, I'm not making your movies. I don't have to make your movies. I'm doing this, and then I'm touring. And that's it. I don't want nothing else from you, Hollywood. So they can't hold nothing over him. And not every comic can say that. So he's at a free point that a lot of comics are not. You know what I'm saying? So he can get away with and say that. But I think there's definitely a pushback with this sensitivity. And I get it. Some people, I get it. If you're trans, you want to be sensitive. But at the same time, as a comic, I'm a comic first. I'm like, you gotta be funny. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people are gonna take it the wrong way. Sometimes they're not. But I mean, that's comedy to me. You know what I'm saying? That's comedy. It's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Some people are gonna like it. Some people are not gonna like it. I get that. And I don't think he was trying to hurt anybody. I heard the special, I heard what he said. So I don't think he was trying to hurt anybody. That doesn't mean people weren't hurt still, but I don't think that was his intention. You understand? So I think he was pointing out the disparity on how black people are treated versus gay people. You say something against black, you could say anything you want against black people, you can kill them. And nothing will happen to you. But if you say something against gay people, you all of a sudden you can't work. So it's like, why is that disparity there? Why? And he's just pointing out the hypocrisy of it. That's all. That's what I took.
Definitely. And it's to the point. Sometimes I look back at my material when you first start and you say to yourself, technically, I have to change the wording or how I deliver this, because I remember you've got a classic joke about the one of your family members coming out at Thanksgiving and how West Indians don't accept it, as in the case of, I mean, they come out laying out everyone.
Right.
Marc, it's always a pleasure you taking your time out. And
absolutely, brother. Absolutely, it's a pleasure doing the show, man. And let's keep in touch, man, because I definitely, hopefully, I can get over there. I'd love to come to. Tracy, we were supposed to do London and a couple spots in England, but the COVID happened and everything got shut down. So we're supposed to start touring again in December. So let's see what happens. But I'd love that, man. I'd love to come over there because I used to love coming over.
Yeah, I know. You used to kill it. You used to kill it on stage as well, man. You're more likely me to see you coming over here than me going over there, because right now I love you as Americans, but I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm looking at America now like Saudi Arabia. I ain't going over there for a little while.
I don't blame you.
I'm looking at, what's that place where Thanos was? I'm looking at that place where Thanos was born, and I ain't going over there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. I give a round of applause to Mr. Marc Theobald in the building. Thank you, sir. What's going on, people? Yours truly, Cockney Prince Quincy, officially in the building. It's Extra Time Friday, and we're going to end the show with a bang. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the wonderful talents of Summer Pearl.
I'm so dumb, where's the gun for the pretty girl sound? Claim it's cool, claim it's underground. Can't turn your soul from a penny to a pound. You have it, grow from the root, you have it, start from the ground. You hear sick voices, all I ever hear are the same noises. I'm a little worried for the world and all its choices. You're the core room. What's your motive, what's your forum? Trying to turn summer into water, just be free, just be free. I am my only referee. Sit back and sip my tea. Sit back and sip my see. You should never be selling yourself short and who's what your life support, not me. Yeah, see. You should never be selling yourself short and who's what your life support, not me. Yo, this is a warning. Following the drum, I hear it calling. This morning, I woke up feeling messy, it's appalling what we're installing. Sometimes it's deep, most times it's boring. Now I'm rolling off the tongue. Now hear me roaring, but the system but rules, let's just pull it. And life can just end with the speed of a bullet. How would you feel if I stole yours, I took it? You best believe that I wouldn't. You are not ready for my things, my boy. You should be ready for what is in store. Don't try to mess with me, don't knock down my door. You do not vibe with the truth anymore, but I couldn't. But I wouldn't. But I wouldn't. But I wouldn't.